Tropic Isle Living Headwraps is an inspiration as well as a homage to my grandmother and my African ancestry. Headwraps were worn in Jamaica for many different reasons. One, particularly, obviously, is to protect your hair, as well as the style when you put, you're going to bed. But most of all, it was like a decoration. And the African tribes also use headwraps as to distinguish which tribe you were from, by the colors, by the style. And so what we wanted to do with the Tropic Isle Living culture, traditional, where I call it, we wanted to kind of pay homage to Jamaica. So we do have a compound. And now compound is one of the maroon towns. And if you know about the Maroons in Jamaica, they were slaves who ran away and defeated the British. So that's why we named this absolutely vibrant head wrap a compound. And it's very eye-catching. And the reason why it works so well is because the fabric that I use is kind of waxy. So you can easily well just kind of twist and turn, and it stand up and it's stiff enough to look like a hat. Then we call St. Anne's Bay. The reason why St. Anne's Bay, because of there is the famous rebellions that happened there in St. Anne's Bay. It's near Discovery Bay, where Christopher Columbus kind of he didn't really discover Jamaica, he just landed there, and we all know about that. So we call that St. Anne's Bay. I love it, and St. Anne's Bay is really a parish in Jamaica. Now, redemption. We were trying to pay homage by naming this particular style or fabric redemption because of anybody who know Bob Marley, that from Jamaica, redemption song. And then obviously, as slaves coming to the islands of Jamaica, and our ancestors went through so much, they fought, and they fought really hard, so they really and truly got their redemption. So that's why we named that particular one redemption. Now, Sunset of Africa is one of my favorite. I've always wanted to go to Africa, and that fabric reminds me of how Africa would vibrate or look. And the reason why I called it Sunset of Africa is when the slaves were leaving, the last thing they saw was the sunset of Africa. They were leaving their motherland. So can you imagine how really absolutely just heart-wrenching that was? So I wanted to pay homage to Africa itself, the journey that it took us here. And even though we named it Sunset of Africa, and if you notice the color is kind of a mustardy, so forth, so it's also in one sense our sunrise after slavery.